All right, 6th of June. So let's take a look. Now, yesterday I talked about this zone here and wanting to go up into this zone. As you can see, the market did come up here. I said it would probably break above the weekly pivot, and it certainly did. Went up to there, right in there, and that was your PST level yesterday. So gold, let's see what we can do today. There's still a bit of room to go up here, but what? Impulse wave, and this is looking like a runner. Well, maybe like a runner. So we'll see how things pan out. Now, what do we have to be careful for? We are in between levels. All right, see, in between levels. That means we could be up or down. Okay, we don't know. All right. So if we go up into an astro hour, we'll sell. If we come down into an astro, we'll buy. So what are those prices? 53 is 1981. So 1981 is all the way up here, as you can see. All right. So that's 1981, which brings us into this zone. Okay. Today is going to be a flow day because we've got a lot of, well, let's just say we have a lot of something. It's going to be a flow day. So once we start going in a direction, we should flow there until closing time. So this, I'm going to move here as well. All right. So this is the first place the market will want to kind of stop. If we break above this, don't muck around, just let it go, okay? So selling is there, buying is at 31.30, 1903, 1898. 1903, 1898. So those are your nearly targets. And on the weekly, this is where we're at. Okay, so we'll see how things pan out. In the meantime, that's it. What can you do? So sell at the top, buy at the lows. If you want to sell here at Astro Hours, you can. Okay, you can. Today, the better hour is going to be this one here at 10:15. Your yellow one here, 10:15. So this is okay. This is where the market can nicely come down and it can go flow through all the way into those 1920 zones there. Okay, so today can be a nice flowing day. In the New York session in the evening, we might have a sudden move after 7 o'clock or after 6 o'clock. The market should go somewhere until like 10 past 8, and then we should just keep flowing until closing. Okay, so today should be like a flow day. Once you pick up somewhere, it should just go in that direction and so on. Okay, so this is not a bad place to take a trade at the 10:15 bar. All right, so that's gold. Other than that though, guys, you know, the limits are here, selling here and buying in the 1920 here or there, the three levels, 1, 2, 3. But selling from here is also okay. Like I said, this was a target yesterday. So if you want to sell in this zone, it's okay to do so. Just cover your trade as it goes down. With the euro dollar, now yesterday, as you can see, these were the Astro hours. I talked about this actually in the video that I did. As you can see, the market tapped in there, and that was really the PST zone there, and then went all the way up into the Astro zone there. And we said there was room to come up into this zone. On the daily, where are we? That's your PST, which is 45, 1.0754, which is 1.0754 here. Okay, so that's on the PST as well. 67 is on the price. So the market should be also in this zone here. Right? So what we can do is this. So if the market comes up into this zone at an astro hour, it's okay to trade. 10:15 it's going to be there. We still got a bit of time for that. It's there. Okay. On the weekly, as you can see, we're at the lows here. So a bit of an up move is logical. If the market should come down into an astro hour, going up is also okay. Today, if you want to take a look at where to get in, it'll be in this zone here. Okay, the daily, weekly, and the price level where the market picked off. But there is a gap here, as you can see. So, and that gap is something to look out for. Okay, so coming up here to sell, I think is not a bad idea. To push down, if the market comes down first, you can also decide to go up, but just be mindful about this gap, because normally this is all the way to there. Okay, but you can see it's just huge. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this nice and tight here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, you just be mindful there is such a place. So what else am I going to do on the weekly? Do I have anything? No. So yes, on a pullback we should still come down. Okay, so if the market goes up, selling is not a bad idea. I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's get rid of these as well so we can see where we're at. And that's the gap zone there. So selling from this zone is also not such a bad idea, because this is where they took off. So look, 10:15, selling here is also okay. Okay. I do it with a smaller lot size, but this is also okay. As you can see, that's the place where the market pushed down. As you can see, all the way into there. All right. US 30, nice fall down yesterday. Once again, 10:15 is just going to be there. Okay. This is a good, I think this might follow down, because I said it will need to come back, remember? So all the indices went up fast, so they'll need to come back. But there's a sell zone, so selling here was like the way to go. And we had the levels yesterday, 60, what was it, 65 there, 65, 34,000 there. And 34,000 is pretty much there. Okay, so slightly shy off. Oh, that 34,000 is today. Yesterday it was a bit lower, as you can see. The first support is going to be LCL 133,477. Okay, 33,477. That's your first stop. On the weekly, though, we can still push down. This should still go down, as you can see. We're in that trend line zone where, there you go. All right, so it's pretty much channeling down, and then we should later break this to go further down. Okay, so selling from those levels is not a bad idea. Selling from here is not a bad idea either. There are no gaps up here, is there? Maybe just not particularly. It's pretty tight. It's a 15-minute chart. Okay, in the US session, if it does a sudden move up, it can go down. Okay, and this should be your first target zone here. Okay, so selling at astro hours to come down, I think, is okay to do so. There is looking like, let's see, if I was to sell, where would I sell it off? Well, look, the daily pivot is a place where you can sell it off, since that started off there. Okay, and you'll need to keep this a little higher for this gap here, and that's why. So this zone is also okay to sell off if the market comes down in there, or the high of yesterday is also okay to be tested to sell off as well, like the opening of yesterday line there as well. But at the end of the day, coming down should be the way to go. into this zone. Okay, at the end of the day, this is far because they're on the weekly. So on the daily, where would I want to go on the daily? Yeah, maybe the daily pivot, like I said. Okay, so they're either going to be selling off from here, or in the New York session, you could wait for the New York session at 545. Okay, the 545 bar, because indices are always like better to trade in the New York session more often than not. That's your 545. Okay, and that's your astro zone here from 1015 to 1150 here. Okay, so that zone there. Let's take a look at SP 500 Nasdaq Bitcoin. Okay, so if it goes up first, you can sell. If it comes down first, you can buy for the US session there. Today, like I said, is going to be a bit of a flow day, so it could be a pretty nice day that the market could just follow through until closing. All right, let's wait for that. Right here, this is Bitcoin. Let's get to SP 500. SP 500, same kind of thing, guys. 1015 is here until 1150 there. And we also have 1045, which is there. All right, so let's take a look. Now, once again, this is a good buy kiss zone here. The market should come down as well, but this is the first support, right? 4268. Okay, so 4268 is the first support of the day. As you can see, they've kept that, but this looks like it might break down. Let's take a look at the weekly. On the weekly, LCL1 is 4263. So 68 and 63, this is still 4268, 4263. This is the zone. If this breaks, it will carry on going in that direction. Today we'll have a flow day. So selling from these levels is not a bad idea if it comes up into there, okay? Or if it breaks down and then comes back into this zone, you can sell off. All right, does that make sense? So let's say the market broke down and then came back up into this zone at an astro hour, you could sell off and you could take, if it breaks down straight away, you can take this zone, okay, the white line as well. All right, so let's say it broke down, comes back into here at an astro hour, it's sellable to push down. On the daily, once it breaks down, it should start to go down. 4230, 4230 is there. So that'll be a target. The weekly pivot is definitely going to be a target. So you got to be looking out for this level. All right. So be careful here. And look, this is chop zone. All right. So if it breaks down, we should come down to the weekly. All right. So following it downwards is not a bad idea. There's a bit of a gap here. If the market buys here in this zone and keeps going up, then we'll probably come back up to retest this high here. But remember, with SP 500, all right, remember the swing days I gave you. Okay, the swing days for SP 500. It's Monday and Tuesday. So Monday swing day. Following it down, not a bad idea. Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq also had a swing day Monday. Beautiful swing day Monday. Keep following it down. Okay, keep following it down. That's 10, 15 there. And the important one is that 10.15. Okay, so the market should, once it starts to go, That's it, 10:45 here. So we should sizzle down, okay? If we're somewhere at these levels at 11:50, then selling is really would be nice. Like I said, let's just mark these. And so this zone is good if we're at the highs, okay? 11:45 there. So selling at these zones is good to push down. You should come down to the weekly, okay? If the market goes up, there is a potential to retest. Then you should sell off again because there's a gap there. The market should come back and refill it in. Either going to be there or this tight zone here. All right. Other than that, there's not much to say really. The first support is 76, 14,531, 14,531 is just there, which is done today. If it breaks down, we should go down. Okay, and that's a nice place to sell. Okay, so we talked about this zone. It touched it nicely. 14,653, 14,653 is there, as you can see. Okay, remember that zone I marked in yesterday. Nice and easy. Okay, and that's how it is. And that's a swing Monday for NASDAQ as well. Beautiful swing down, coming down, just follow it down. Okay, if in New York goes up to the Astro hour, you can sell it off. Just be mindful for the gap zone here, which is here as well, and this zone here. All right, other than that, we should sizzle down into the weekly. Bitcoin, what can I tell you guys? Okay, so not much to talk about, as you can see. If it goes back up, you can sell off again. 42, 43 is 26,457. 26,457 around this zone here. Okay, so you can sell in this zone. If it comes up into this zone, you can sell off. And that's also, well, the daily pivot you can sell off. So what else can I tell you? Okay, so this 43, 26,457, 26,382 is this zone here. Okay, that's sellable. Your first target is below here is your HCL1, which is 25,194, 25,194 here. Okay, we should obviously wave down and break all that. We should come to the Venus line here. That's your Venus line there. Okay, and then that's it. We're just coming down here. Okay, like I said, there's not a lot of, there aren't any surprises here. Okay, I've talked about this before. So every time it goes up, you can sizzle it down. This is your first target zone. It should bounce up a little bit from here, but we should break it later on to come even lower. All right. I hope that helps.